All right, well, welcome everyone. Thank you so much for being here today. The purpose of this very quick meeting is really just to reassure those that have not seen the virtual platform yet for P+P this year. And in case you didn't know, it is a virtual event. It's a little bit different this time. So I wanted to make sure everyone got a chance to kind of sneak peek, but also walk through what to expect as far as how do you register, how do you get logged in, how do you access everything. So we'll take you a little bit through all of that. But before I get started, I'm going to be constantly monitoring the waiting room at the same time. So if you see me looking back and forth a little bit, it's because I want to make sure I allow everyone in the meeting and everyone is able to get the same benefits of this. So I've given you all the ability to unmute yourselves. So please feel free to use it if you want to jump in with a question at any point in time. If you need me to go back over anything or just kind of cover some additional information, please give me a shout and let me know. So without further ado, I'm going to share my screen with all of you and we'll take you through what the actual process is for getting into the platform. All right. And if you do put questions into the chat, I will do my best to pay attention to that at the same time as I'm navigating the controls of the actual sharing of the screen. So bear with me. I will be looking over on this side a little bit just because that's where I'm keeping my dual monitors. But if you can all see my screen for now, when you registered for the conference, obviously you got your initial confirmation message from us. You were able to select your sessions at that point and pick what you wanted to participate in. Now, as of last week, you should have started receiving your confirmation and your login access for the platform itself. So we are using, it's kind of a combination. It's the same platform, but you can actually log in via an app. So if you want to participate through a mobile device, your phone, your iPad, whatever it is that you prefer, we have that ability and that functionality to do that. Or if you prefer to participate from your desktop, same experience, you'll be able to do both things with that. Or you can log into both like I did, just to double check all of it. But what you should have received, and if you have not, we'll certainly address that as well, but you should have received an email. And the email would have come from support@crowdcompassmail.com. So double check if you have an other inbox, double check your junk mail just in case if you did not receive it. Just make sure that the email address that you registered with is where, you know, make sure you're checking that email account. I know some of us have multiple emails, so want to make sure that you've checked the right one. So make sure whatever you registered with. But in this email, it would have given you two different options of actually participating and downloading the platform. Let me continue admitting people as we're talking. You would have the option of downloading the app on your mobile device, so either through Apple or Android, or you can just go straight to verifying your account. And I wanted to show you all, if I click on this, what that actually looks like. In this case, because I'm logged in already, it might just take me directly in, or it might take a couple minutes because I am sharing my screen now. But normally what it would do is it would bring you up to an actual page that says download the app. So the app is available, like I said, both through Android and through your Apple phones, your iOS devices. You can pull the app down from either one of those ways. And then what it will do is it give you an option of downloading the app, or it would give you the option of downloading the desktop version, the web version of the platform itself. So when you click on that, it'll ask you to verify your account. And when you verify your account, it's going to send you a verification code. So again, you would get an email, support@crowdcompassmail.com. This is not an active verification code for anyone who's curious. It would not work for you. So just to let you know, you would have your own unique code because the code is tied specifically to your email address. And this is your only way of accessing the platform. So please make sure if you've not gotten that email that you reach out to us. We do have our member and chapter services team standing by. You can call them at the number below. I'll put it into the chat, as well as the email address in case anyone has not received or seen that information. And I will throw it in the chat for you all. There you go. All right, so as soon as you've been able to download, you verified your account, it's actually going to bring up, and this is the desktop version, it's going to bring up the desktop platform, which is the P+P virtual platform for this year. On this, it brings you to the opening screen. It talks about the event. It gives you the links to all of our sponsors so that you can see them on the very front page itself. And then it's going to show you all the sessions. So under the schedule icon on your left-hand side, at least in the desktop version, on the left-hand side is going to be all of your navigation icons. So I'll point out in particular all sessions in this case, because with this, it's going to take you through whether or not you registered for it initially, whether or not you selected the session initially. It is going to take you through the actual entire program. So you can see, you can add it to your schedule if you want. You can review any of the information about the speakers, the sessions themselves, but I'm keying in on this right now because this is the way that you're going to access the program. So it's always going to come through this platform. And when you click on each of the individual sessions, you're going to see this join session link as well as the password that's available there. So the times are out there, noon to 1:10. It shows you on the schedule, again, all sessions, what time everything will be kicking off in the program. So that's the thing to bear in mind. The start time is solid. The start time is when you need to be joining each of the sessions themselves. But again, you can access it through each of the individual sessions. You can click join session. You can rate it. We'd love to hear from you as well. I'll be the first one to say, please feel free to share because we can only do better and we can only improve this if we hear from all the folks that are participating. So rate your session. You can check in for it. You can add notes for each of the sessions as well if you want to keep track of some thoughts, feelings, things that you've noticed with each one. You can bookmark it. If you want to get more interactive, you can actually throw out some photos in there as well, like take a picture of where you're participating from. Brian Holtz is a great example for us. He's been doing a wonderful job of already being active in our social feed and posting pictures, and I'm starting to see other people are doing that. So what I will say again, the sooner that you can get into this and the access, the better for you because it's going to make your experience smoother tomorrow when everything starts kicking off. But again, you can see descriptions for the day itself. You can find out a little bit more about the speakers in each of the sessions. You can find out their contact information if you want to connect with them. You can also download their books, in this case with our keynote presenters. Each of them do have a book that they're purchasing or that they're selling that is available for purchase. You can go through the session itself, or you can also go into the NAIFA marketplace, which is on your navigation. Either way, you can purchase the book, but they are participating in a virtual book signing tomorrow. So again, if you want to participate, you want to get a book signed for you, feel free to go ahead and purchase those in advance and have it ready. They'll be having live interactive just like we're doing right now. If you go into the My Schedule, this is going to be what you originally registered for. So let me bear in mind when I say this, you don't have to go to what you initially selected. We just needed that for a little pre-planning. You can go into any of the sessions. You can switch back and forth. If you jump into one and you're like, didn't really like that much, you can go into a different one. Hopefully you like them all and that's not the experience that you will have, but nonetheless, you have the flexibility to find something that is more relevant to you if the topic that you jumped in on is not the one that you wanted to listen to. One of the things I want to point out, the schedule stays the same each day, wash, rinse, repeat. So we're always going to start out in one room together, which is our general session and our keynote. From there, you can actually choose your own adventure and you can go into one of two activities. So one is the virtual book signing, which I mentioned, or if you want to go into a moderated discussion, you can choose to do that as well. Or you can just take a break if you'd like to take a break. It's a lot of information at once. And I will respond to questions once I get through some of this. So James, I did see that you sent a question through, but I will promise get to that one shortly. So like I said, we try to make this as much of a choose your own adventure, but we also recognize that things that would have happened organically at the in-person event, we're trying to cultivate that in a virtual environment. So like anyone would normally have done after a keynote presentation, you gather in groups, you have a conversation. What did this mean to me personally? How did I feel about it? You have that opportunity in the moderated discussion to do that and gather and have a conversation. And then after, I'm going to go back to the sessions themselves. After those two activities, so moderated discussion, virtual book signing, you're going to get a little bit of a break. So again, paying attention to the times and the platform itself. In between these activities, you would then have some time to go grab some water, whatever it is that you need to do, but then you'd be able to select out of 4 simultaneous breakout sessions. And those are covered in the areas of practice management, sales and prospecting, advanced planning, and technology, all starting at the same time, all ending at the same time. And these are going to be a combination of, some of it is pre-recorded, but live interactive as well. And I want to just make sure I point that out to everyone, is that we really wanted to, enhance the experience of interacting with the speakers, interacting with each other. So each of these breakout session presenters have all come up with an interactive design and element that's following their main presentation. So I encourage each of you to definitely engage, be involved in each of that. Similar to what you saw for the keynote, you can rate the session, you can check in, you can take notes, you can add all the fun features that you'd like to do. So that targets the sessions a little bit. I'm going to pause and just make sure I'm looking at addressing any questions. So James, you said if we switch computers, do we need to go through the verification process from the email each time? You may have to do that. I would just, if you switch your computer itself, make sure you have that verification code. It lasts 24 hours. If it expires when you go to click on it and download it on your system, it'll send you a new verification code. So you'd be able to get it on, no problem. And I'm going to see, John, you mentioned if books are purchased prior to the session, how is the book signing taking place? That's a great question. So what we have a very limited amount of time, obviously. And so the interactivity portion of that would be a meeting just like this, where the keynote presenter will be there. We will be muting people as needed and allowing them to have some engagement with the keynote. It's going to be fast and furious. But for anyone that doesn't get a chance to have one-on-one communication, your book will still be signed and it still will be mailed directly to you. So all of that, when you purchase the book, we captured that information, your address, your shipping, all of that we captured at that point in time. So the keynote presenters will still sign every single book that has been purchased. They will still get that entire list of everyone, and we will all still mail them out to you individually after the event. Okay, so Stephen, you had one question. If we have a scheduling conflict, can we access a recording of a session at a later time? The answer is yes, if you purchased the archive patch, the archive registration. So there were several different registration types at the beginning. One was a day of, one was for the live event plus archive access. So you have to have purchased both of those. If you did not purchase the archive access, but you want to get it, please feel free, that number that I posted in the chat, the 1-877-866-2432, please feel free to contact our customer service team and they can get you taken care of. All right, so I'm going to continue jumping on. Again, virtual environment. We want to encourage as much interactivity as possible. So you do have the option of sending messages in the platform itself to other attendees. It does not give out personal information. So what you would see is first name, last name, title, company. It's not going to give any specific contact information unless you make that connection and you share that information. So it has to be requested and it has to be given. Wanted to make sure that you all knew that, but it is protected. Information is protected as possible. Contacts, you would be able to see all of the attendees, or in this case, the contacts that you've made. I've only made one right now, but I will probably have more by the end of this. Again, all your notes, your bookmarks, everything like that would be all part of your personal items. And then we get into the specifics of the actual event guide itself. So in part, some of these, we start with a welcome and introduction from our CEO, Kevin Mayu. We have our social feed, which I'll give you a sneak peek of that because this is fun. Everyone's starting to post pictures. They're starting to stay active. As you can see, here was one of mine. My coworkers are the laziest, in case anyone did not know that. Those are my lazy coworkers. But we're very excited about this. So please feel free to stay active, stay engaged, take a picture from wherever you are of how you're participating in P+B. We'd love to see that. The attendees has the list of everyone, as I've mentioned. You have the ability to go out and add your own profile picture, to add your LinkedIn or your Facebook or Twitter feeds, anything that you want to do to present out there and show and be connected with others. So you have all that flexibility within this. Again, speakers, if you want to dive in deeper to the specific speakers, they are all listed on their own tab, especially the keynote speakers. We'll go ahead and pick on Suzanne because she's NAIFA staff, but also she'll be one of our amazing presenters. You have bios for each one of them. It shows you the specific session that they're presenting in, so you can click on that and get to the Join Now link from that. Contact information for Suzanne, any other ways to stay connected with her. So it gives you all of that opportunity to reach out and really be engaged. And then I also want to always point out our lovely sponsors. Please, please, please go and check out the sponsors. These are the folks that have been engaged with NAIFA. They're the ones that have supported us, and they're supporting this event as a whole. So we want to make sure that they get a lot of opportunity for people to connect. So please feel free to reach out to them individually. Resources, we added quite a bit of resources. So we tried to make it as robust as possible. But one of the fun things that I did want to point out is this Love Notes to NAIFA. We had a little fun with that here at NAIFA. We like to have some fun. What this is, it is a mural, and it gives you the opportunity. Look at this. Already people are doing it. I love it. It gives you the opportunity to click out here, and you can actually engage and just post some fun things that make you proud or that you're excited about with NAIFA or that you are enjoying about this event, you know, just to throw out some positivity, some great feedback. In this case, we already have one from Marcus Henderson, which is going to be one of our presenters. So love seeing that. It's very easy to participate. It's very easy to throw post-its. You literally double click on the page and you can make a post-it, or you can zoom in as much as you want. So it's very, very easy to engage in all of this. But again, any of these links are clickable for you. Same thing with our P+P bookshelf. The idea behind this, and it's another mural, was that we have so many amazing people who have great books or great book recommendations or books that helped them in their professional career or meant something to them. This is just another way for everyone to kind of share some of that information. So it's very easy. If you're unsure how to post, you can zoom in on this image and it shows you exactly what to do. It's a great GIF. Exactly what to do to add a book of your choice, a book that meant something to you in your professional career, something that you felt like you'd like to share with other people as a recommendation of books to read. In this case, I did a little pre-posting. So again, a little shameless plug. If anyone wants to purchase the books of our keynote presenters, you can go to any of these and you can actually double click on them and it'll take you right to the NAIFA store to purchase them. All right. We also have our NAIFA marketplace, again, putting it as many places as possible. If you want to buy some NAIFA swag, you have the opportunity to do that through the NAIFA shop. You also can purchase any of those books that I was mentioning previously through the marketplace as a whole. So as many places to make it as easy as possible to access it. Social media is our Facebook, LinkedIn, Twitter. We're following hashtag NAIFA Proud with this event. So if there's any posts that you want to put out there, anything that you'd like to participate, it's hashtag NAIFA Proud. And then for my competitive people out there, we wanted to throw a little game. There's Brian, I see you shaking your head. Yeah, the competitive people out there. We're gonna do a random prize, and I shouldn't say random. I am gonna be looking at the leaderboards when it comes to this, but we are doing a prize drawing every afternoon. So in the closing main stage session, after all the breakouts, we all gather back together, closing comments, what to expect the next day, and we will be doing a prize drawing within it as well. So my tip to all of you is go out there, get engaged on the platform, participate as much as possible. You can see where the points are coming from and how to become much higher in the leaderboard. But that's what we will be looking at in order to determine who our winners are each day for a prize drawing. All right, and again, I will give a shameless plug to our NAIFA pack. In this case, we do have the link that's out there for everyone to participate as well, to check it out. This is our Advocacy and Action Center, but wanted to just point it out, it is something that you can participate in as well. And this one was for fun, so nobody shoot the messenger right now. We did incorporate an event poll, and this was just for grins, everyone. No one's gonna know what you selected. It is anonymous, but we thought it would be amazing just to say, we got an election year. How much fun would it be to get a better sense of, like, I don't know, who people are going to be voting for? Not in particular, just general numbers, because it is just an anonymous poll. But you do have the opportunity to select, in this case, Victory the Eagle is our NAIFA pack mascot. But you can select any one of these and click finish, and it submits your poll for you. All right, and last but not least, we did put frequently asked questions out here. So understanding it's the first time that we have this platform in place, understanding that, you know, people are getting familiar with this. This is another place that you can go and figure out how to check notifications, how to check in and rate sessions, just to kind of keep you engaged that way as well, but also give you some directions and some information itself. So please feel free to check out the FAQ section in the platform as well. All right, so I'm going to go back real quick and double check. Will we have access to, Joe, this is you. Will we have access to resources with purchase of the archive after live event? Yes. Yeah, you'll be able to still access the platform. And you'll be able to get to all the resource sections. So thank you for asking that. Yes, so to be clear from Brian Holtz, yes, you can purchase ultra nifty NAIFA socks through the NAIFA marketplace. You 100% can do that. You can also purchase pins and any other NAIFA swag that you'd like to purchase. So I'm going to pause there. I don't see any other questions that have come through the chat, but if you'd like to ask a question or you'd like me to walk through something again directly, feel free to unmute yourself and give me a shout out. I'm happy to show that.
Hi, this is Joe Challam.
Hey, Joe.
I came in on this late, so what you're showing us, I'm presuming, is what we'll be able to see tomorrow.
Correct. You can actually log in now, and I would encourage anyone to go ahead and do that. You should have received this email that said your access to the Performance Plus Purpose 2020 virtual conference. If you did not receive it, double check if you have an other inbox or spam or junk mail, just double check that it's not in there. But this is going to be the way everyone needs to access the platform, is they're going to need to either download the app on their phones, or they can download the desktop version on their desktop, or you can do both. You can do both. I have it on both my phone and my desktop as a whole. So this is the way that you'd be able to access this, and I would encourage everyone to do that in advance, because I know how it works, that it is a last minute rush of so many people that'll be going in 5 minutes before everything kicks off. So what better way to go ahead and get in there before?
On mine, it says download the app, but if I want to view it on a computer, the app's not going to do me any good.
When you click on download the app, it gives you an option for a desktop version.
Okay, thank you.
Yep, so if you click desktop version, then what it does is it triggers the system. It'll send you a verification code, which is a 6-digit code. So it links you in particular directly to your email and your verification code to you, so that it only allows you to access it. Thank you, Joe. Where does the app download when using the desktop version? So what I would say with that, Brian, is if you want to get the app on your phone, then if you have your work email or the email on your phone as well, like I do, I don't know if everyone does, but everything that's on my desktop is already on my phone as well. You can actually click on the email there, and you can just click on download the app, and it'll pull it from the iOS store or from the Android store. All right, what else? Any other questions? I know we've got a few minutes left. Anyone who's not been able to download yet or get into the platform? Great question, John. So John asked, do you have to verify each day? You don't. As long as you keep it open, I should say. If it's on your mobile device as a whole, you don't have to re-verify. It stays open on any mobile device. So that's the app version of it. The desktop version, if you do shut it down, you have to log back in. It may ask you to re-verify, which is very fast. It sends you the verification code very quickly. The verification codes last for 24 hours. So if you've already done this portion of it, but you haven't actually opened up the platform, in 24 hours, it's going to need to send you a new link. So just kind of be aware of that. And again, for anyone that needs additional assistance, our customer service team is standing by. They have all the direction. They can also give you your verification code. So if you're having any issue with email at that moment, they can actually help you log in and get the verification code for you directly. And I'll put that in the chat once again. phone number and or email address if you prefer to reach out that way. We also have through our website a chat functionality, so that works as well if you want to just go directly through chat. But otherwise, I'm a phone call person, so if you want to just make a direct phone call, it's usually easier. Yep. Okay, John. So you verified Saturday but didn't download since I was on my computer. So it may send you a new verification code. All right. Anyone else? We've got 4 more minutes. Questions, comments, concerns? All right. Well, then I will give you all 3 minutes back of your day. So thank you so much for joining me today and participating and asking great questions. If there's anything that you need, as I've mentioned, please feel free to reach out to our customer service team. They're standing by. They're there to support and to help and to make it easy peasy, lemon squeezy as much as possible.
Great job, Elena. Thank you.
Thanks, everyone. Have a great day. Take care.
See everyone tomorrow.
Bye-bye.